What's up, YouTube? We're back with Common Sense and Logic.
Welcome back, YouTube on season.
And I'm Ronnie. And here we go, another week of politics.
Yes, sir. A lot.
I wish I could talk about the playoffs and the hockey,
Yeah.
but my Ducks are, they lost game one.
Right.
So did the Kings. But,
there's playoffs in basketball too, but I'm not too up to date on those. So.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are out. I'm not
Really.
Haven't been really following the Lakers ever since LeBron James came in the picture. But, anyways, that's a whole different talk. But yeah, man, big news right now. It's about here in California.
Yeah, they're trying to pass a bill, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
A bill that doesn't make any sense.
No common sense and logic on the bill they're trying to pass for Nick Shirley to stop him from looking into all the fraud.
Well, that's the name of the act, right? The Nick Shirley bill or act or whatever.
I think it's called the Stop Nick Shirley Act.
Yeah, but I don't think it just applies to him, right? It applies to anybody who wants to investigate. I would imagine.
Right. Yeah. No, that's what they do.
But it's based on him.
It's not only on him, because then that would really make no common sense and logic.
Right.
But they're trying to pass this bill, man, that's gonna prevent him from, or anybody like him, from looking into shady stuff that the government's doing.
So the question is, why are they trying to do that? Which makes no sense. Don't they want to stop the fraud? Apparently not. There goes your.
We talked about all this, right? Yeah. So they don't. They get pissed off when people come and look into their books.
Yep. So, they want to continue the fraud, basically.
Yeah.
I have no other reason why they want to. What's their reasoning?
Supposedly they're trying to make it seem like the businesses, right? That we all know Nick Shirley has gone into these businesses
that he's investigating.
Yeah,
right?
He's investigating, and he confronts people that they're there, and sometimes they're closed. There's no people there, but the point is that they don't want those people supposedly feel threatened.
Correct.
By people like Nick Shirley asking simple questions about fraud.
Yeah, there's no threatening thing about that in my opinion. He's asking questions. He's trying to discover fraud. If they have nothing to hide, if they're truthful, why are they threatened? The only reason they'd be threatened is if they are trying to cover something up.
And we mentioned this on the previous video, right? Like, why wouldn't you, as a state leader, welcome anybody to come in here and look into every single thing that they're doing, right? Because if you weren't committing any kind of fraud, then you know what? California will be on top level. Yeah. And everybody will want to come and live here and work here and set shop here, businesses and all that.
It's definitely going to come out, man. Bigger than Minnesota for sure. The fraud here is, man, a lot, in the hundreds of millions.
So the hilarious thing about this is that I forget his name, the Attorney General Bonta. I forget his first name.
Okay.
Well, anyways, he's the one that supposedly said, "Oh, we discovered fraud and we're looking into it," after Nick Shirley brought it to light.
Yeah, he tried to take credit for it. He tried to say that Trump was too late to the picture, but
he was saying that his safeguard policies are the ones that kind of stopped the whole thing, which he didn't. But the ironic thing is that his wife is the one proposing this bill.
Oh man!
So how does that make any sense at all? How does that connect in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, it doesn't get weirder than that, man. That's
no common sense or logic here in California. That's why I call it stupid for you.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make any sense. And I'm not talking about the people here that live here. I'm talking about the leaders. That's why I call it stupid for you. And because they brainwash a lot of voters, and a lot of voters are out there, they're still willing to vote for these people, man. I can't believe that, dude.
Yeah, they're definitely brainwashed and just to keep voting Democrats in that are constantly defrauding the taxpayers here in California. And just based on everything, all the prices here, gas prices, 25% goes to taxes. It's just outrageous, Property.
Oh, we got one of those guys who's running for governor here in California.
Steyer?
No,
the billionaire.
The Democrat Han, I think.
Okay, I'm not familiar with him.
Something Han. This guy, he's supposedly blaming Trump, right, in the war, about the gas prices.
Okay.
And he's somewhat bringing in what Newsom has been doing with all the taxes. So he's kind of talking about that too, right? He's blaming the high gas prices on the war, Trump, and Newsom's policies. But here's the catch to that. He's saying that he's going to put a suspension on all that.
Okay.
What is that though, man? A suspension doesn't really necessarily mean that he's going to take it off the table. It just means that he's going to put it on hold while he runs for governor, and if it wins, then he's going to bring it all back.
It sounds like it's a temporary fix.
Yeah, they don't. These guys will never say that they're going to get rid of, take it completely off the table, all the stupid ass policies that they have done.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. A lot of the outrageous policies that they've been putting into place where it just hurts the people here in California, man.
But the guy that you're talking about, Tom Steyer,
the billionaire, millionaire,
he's got a lot of money, man, because these commercials, they run a lot, dude.
Oh yeah, he's his fundraiser wise, he's way ahead of the game as far as all the other candidates.
But that guy doesn't even make any sense either.
Yeah, I mean, why would he want to? Yeah, why would you want?
Number one is he's trying to win over all these people that are against ICE, right?
Yeah.
So. Okay, that's cool. Let's just play this out. All right, that's cool. He's gonna, appeal to the immigrants, right, and protect them from ICE. But why would you do that unless you know that they're somehow gonna vote for you?
Right. Because
the majority of people here in California are for ICE. They're protecting us. They're protecting the country, the state. So this guy is saying that he's gonna demolish ICE. That he's gonna put him, he's gonna arrest him, he's gonna put him in jail, and anybody else that leads them and they're on top of them, telling them what to do, that he's gonna go after them too. First off, he can't do that no matter what. You cannot do that. Second, why would you do that?
Yeah, it's a far left kind of ideology that he has. It sounds like it.
Yeah, he keeps saying that he's going to force ICE out. He's going to arrest them. No mask, no more arresting people, and all this blah, blah, blah. And I'm like...
Yeah, just to touch on that, the only reason they are wearing masks because they're getting hunted down by these crazy people, followed to their homes. And, I mean, they don't want to show who they are, obviously.
But since this platform, this channel is about common sense and logic, if criminals wear masks, why not them?
Yeah.
When they're protecting themselves and their family. I mean, the Democrats are defending criminals. They don't tell them anything about wearing masks and gloves and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going after ICE and telling them not to do that because they know for a fact that they get followed home and their identity is put out there for anybody that goes after them.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's an unsafe thing that they want to do by not having them wear masks.
Yeah.
Just everything that they're saying against ICE is putting them in danger as it is. Now, if they're not wearing masks, I mean, they're going to expose who they are. And it just doesn't make sense.
Right.
Safety is first and foremost.
So, anyways, bringing it back to Nick Shirley and that AB bill that they're trying to pass. There's a lot here going on in California that you just saw right now. We get derailed because there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, that really doesn't make sense. Though.
And it goes hand in hand with everything else that's going on. But this right here, that what they're proposing, it's just stupid. It makes no sense at all. Again, why would you want to stop people coming in here, looking into your books, however you want to put it, to what you're doing here in the state, money-wise or anything-wise? You don't want them to expose that. If you're not doing anything wrong, then why? Why would you even go that far to make something, an official bill that stops people from doing that?
Yeah, because they want to continue the fraud. It's as simple as that. It's pretty black and white. There's not a great reason for them not to want to expose fraud.
And talking about getting derailed and all that, because there's so much going on here in California that it's just not right. Did you hear about that lady that got arrested in Woodland Hills?
No, what did she do?
Well, she's a Middle Eastern lady, I think.
Oh, I did. She was trying to come to the LAX, something like that?
No,
right?
no.
Not that one?
This lady was selling weapons
to
Iran. She was giving them all kinds of information. I don't know how she got it.
Okay.
But the main core of it is that she was making I don't know how many millions of dollars selling them U.S. property.
Yeah. Sounds like espionage type of thing. I mean, she should be tried as a traitor.
And I didn't get too informed on what exactly how she did and what she did. It's a huge thing. You guys could look it up if you want. But the only thing that caught my eye, because this is common sense and logic, they were interviewing her neighbors.
Okay.
And her neighbors were coming out like, yeah, we didn't know anything. She seemed like a very nice lady. You know, just very calm, very happy. And I'm like, that's exactly what we've been talking about. You do not know your neighbors. So back to ICE, when ICE is arresting somebody and you got all these stupid idiots interfering with ICE,
they don't know who they are.
They don't even know who they are, man.
Yeah.
That's the common sense and logic.
This lady here that you're talking about, is she of Iranian descent?
I want to say yeah, but I'm not going to say it because, again, I missed that information. I haven't really looked into it because it was just about the common sense and logic.
Right.
You know, like if they arrested her, they've been looking at her for a while, and they do have trace that she was making business with Iran in regards to weapons and all that, money laundering and all that.
Right.
So, but the thing is, you know, again, the neighbors were like, we had no clue because she's a nice lady. Exactly. And then you got stupid people defending criminals from ICE and trying to go against ICE, but they don't even know nothing about
the background of who they're trying to defend. Yeah.
It's a perfect example, man. You know, like I don't know anything about my neighbors. Sure, you know, I know the front of it, you know, like they're nice, whatever, but I don't know exactly their past.
Right.
And likewise, they don't know mine. So why would I go defend anybody real quick if something's happening? You know what I mean? Like, I need to find out first. So, anyways, that's my common sense and logic. I hope that this bill does not pass. I say that because in California, it's all rigged. They pass a lot of stuff that the people don't even want. So I hope that it gets trashed and Nick Shirley continues to do what he's doing and
expose the fraud for sure.
And hopefully more people like him will come out and do the same.
Right.
And hopefully, you know what? Hopefully they'll do the same for the Republicans too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Expose expose any Republicans that are doing shady stuff, doing fraud and all that. Yeah, you know, I mean, we'll take that. We're not gonna be like, oh no, don't go that way. No. We want everybody to be investigated, looked into.
Whoever's committing fraud, man, expose them, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, it doesn't matter, because it affects all of us here in California, the taxpayers.
That's right. So anyways, man, that's all I wanted to say about Nick Shirley and this AB. I think it's AB 2624. It might be on the reverse 2426, but I'm pretty sure it's 2624. So you guys look it up, read it. It's not really going to make any sense to you because of the way they, you know, they type them up, the way the words and all that. You know, it's kind of like legal, they flip it to what's going to benefit them, not us. So, yeah, I mean, Nick Shirley, what do you guys think about him? Is he doing a good job? Should he be here or not? You know, exposing all this? Or?
Yeah, I mean, basically, do you guys want fraud or you don't want fraud? You know, this bill's gonna, if it passes, they're wanting to continue the fraud. And we're wanting not to pass it. That way, people like Nick Shirley still out there investigating and exposing these companies, these fake companies, taking the money from us taxpayers here.
That's right. So that's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything else?
That's it. Just,
all right.
Thank you for tuning in. Leave your feedback, comments. What do you guys think of this bill? Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you want the fraud to continue? Come on, let's use some common sense.
Common sense and logic, folks. If you have it, use it. If you don't,
come on back. We'll help you find it.
That's right. See you guys in the next one.
See you next time.